It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll try to run for it. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Great job here by the quarterback on 3rd and short, knowing that if nothing's there downfield, he can pick this up with his legs. And not only is he able to pick up the 1st down, he gets a whole lot more than that.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's 3rd and 2. The tight end, Moreau, is in motion. He'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he's going to have the Saints' 1st down as they move the chains on 3rd down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The tight end, Moreau, is in motion. 7, and it's first and goal.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And a good job there of hemming him in. They get it to the 8-yard line. Now here's second and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And now third and goal coming up.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Throwing here on third and goal. And that is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Rupee's kick is good, and the Saints are out to an early 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. It's Carl Granderson this time to make the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He connects with Mims. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third down, 3 to go. A tight end in motion now. They'll run here with the rookie. And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. Back deep for the Saints, it's Rashid Shaheed. A fair catch He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over now for the second time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. The tight end Moreau is in motion. Open man down the field, it's Olave. And he will score. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Saints are out to a 10-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. A gain there of 27 yards.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Dobbins. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
A run with Dobbins. And he'll take this down to the 28-yard line. Look him up on a second down and 8. Off the play fake, here's Nix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll be third down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The toss out quickly. Here to Cooks. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Back to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Saints first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll look to throw. The reception for Rashid Shaheed.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. So after 1, the Saints out on top. More from New Orleans after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run a draw now. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
He'll look to throw. And he'll take it on in. Jawan Johnson. Touchdown, Saints. On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. The kick is good. The Saints move out in front by the score of 17-3. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Play action now. It's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
3rd and long. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On comes the punter now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Throwing now from the gun. That one downfield for Cooks. And he will go all the way. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Groupie now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Saints extend to a 24-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry, and they'll start it here on first down. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. Here's third down and a few inches. To throw is Nix. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And it looks like he's gonna have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal. It is a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Second and 7. They'll stick with him again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
Here's Nix to throw. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell, and what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. First and 10. Cooks going in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Shaheed with the catch.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. It's a give now to Kamara. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. Second and inches, you're thinking the first down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on third down.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Ryan Brzee there for the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now a give up the middle. And he'll lean forward, getting this to about the 35. Pete Werner there to make the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So from 3rd and 2, back him up to 3rd and 7. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar, and they have been so far. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, that's the veteran Cooks. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
11 yards on the pass there. 1st down, New Orleans. A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. We're back to New Orleans after this. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. You look middle here, and there's Olave.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Back to the air one more time. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's in! Jawan Johnson, touchdown Saints. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the 1st half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Group B now, on for the extra point. He's got it. The Saints add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll throw. It's Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
On second down, it's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
They don't want a repeat of 1st down, so they'll keep it on the ground now. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Now a toss play, running left. Room up the sideline at the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Wow, I mean, he's going to be disappointed he wasn't able to take that all the way, but that's still a heck of a run. In the end, after a good tackle to save the touchdown, they're still going to be set up with 1st and goal.
They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? penalty yards marched off, and they'll try it again on 2nd and goal. Now, this looks like a design run. And he will do it himself. He's in. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Denver.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Will Lutz now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Broncos are able to cut into the deficit. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout, and continuing to master running and executing this offense. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Kamara. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Now a fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Right back to him on 1st down. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Back to throw is Nix. He's got it to tight end, Adam Troutman. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go play action with Nix. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos are back within 2 scores.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. Because at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Kamara. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. They'll look to throw. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he's going to have the Saints 1st down. His defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain on 3rd and 2. On the give, this is Kamara. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. On the ground, it's Kamara. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
The Saints lining up in punt formation. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Nix. And this ball's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll be second down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Second down, Nix. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off, and now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on one or two of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
Nix from the gun on third down. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got room at the 30. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They'll run on 1st down with Kamara. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. Lots of space past the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
One of the tight ends motions right. Now it's Dobbins, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Throwing is Nix. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll send a tight end in motion. A run on 1st and goal. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Nix. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Broncos are able to edge a bit closer. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So Chris Olave and the rest of the Saints offense getting ready for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Oh, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Saints will punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He connects with Mims. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
This is a clear example of a running back who really trusts his speed. He understands if he just holds his line towards the sideline, he's going to outrun most of the defenders on the field. That's exactly what he does. Picks up the first down before being forced out of bounds.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll throw. It's Nix. He finds his man, Troutman. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. A tight end in motion now. A run with Dobbins. A short gain, down to the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. The Saints offense and Chris Olave getting ready for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Here's Kamara. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup there of 19 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Now he'll run. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll throw here on third and short. He's got his man. That's Olave. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Second and 7. On the ground, this is Kendre Miller. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. Kamara got a first down, still going. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Kamara. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Saints will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They need to start making some inroads here, down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll drop to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. He gets that complete to his tight end Ingram. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. The sound deafening in the dome. It's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. One final kneel down here inside the 40-second mark. Should be enough to put this one on ice. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the Saints. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.